Imagine sitting in class when a boy you buried 2 weeks ago suddenly walks in and says, I missed school. Was it a ghost or was it a miracle? Stay with me till the end of this story because what happened to Chinedu, the student who returned after his burial, will shock you, move you, and teach you a powerful lesson. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below, because this story is one you will never forget. Chinedu was only 15, a bright boy who loved learning more than anything else. Even though his family was very poor, he always carried his books proudly and walked long distances to school. But one day, he started to feel weak. At first, it was just tiredness. Soon, the headaches, fever, and body pains came. His mother begged him, Chinedu, please rest. You are too weak for school.
But Chinedu shook his head and replied, Mama, if I miss class, I will fall behind. I must keep learning. So every morning, even with fever burning in his body, Chinedu struggled to go to school. His friends noticed he no longer played football during break. He sat with his head on the desk, forcing a weak smile whenever the teachers asked if he was fine. His parents wanted to take him to the hospital, but they were too poor. His father's carpentry barely fed the family, and his mother's vegetables brought in almost nothing. They tried local herbs, but nothing worked. One afternoon, after returning from school, Chinedu dropped his bag and suddenly collapsed. His mother screamed. Neighbors ran in. His father rushed from his workshop. They poured water on him, lifted him, called his name, but his body grew still and cold. By evening, the neighbors shook their heads and whispered, He is gone. With tears and poverty weighing them down, his parents buried him quickly in the village graveyard. The school mourned. His classmates cried. Teachers shook their heads sadly, saying, We have lost a shining star.
2 weeks later, something unbelievable happened. The school had just finished morning assembly. Students were walking into their classes when, quietly, a boy walked into Chinedu's classroom. He carried no bag, no books, just himself. The first student to look up screamed and dropped her pen. Ghost, it's Chinedu! The whole class went wild. Some ran out through the back door, others jumped on chairs, while some pressed themselves against the wall, trembling. Their noise attracted the next class, then another, until the entire school was in chaos. Teachers rushed to see what was happening. The headmaster arrived, trembling as he stared at the boy. Chinedu, is it really you? Chinedu looked around with weak eyes and whispered, Yes, sir, it's me. I have missed school. The shock was too much. Some teachers cried. Others ran for prayers. The whole school could not believe what their eyes were seeing. The news spread like wildfire. Within hours, people from the community gathered at the school. His parents came running, confused and afraid. When Chinedu's mother saw him, she fainted on the spot. His father's hands shook as he touched his son's face, whispering, Chinedu, my son, is it truly you? Chinedu nodded weakly, and tears flowed everywhere. Later, the truth was revealed. The night after his burial, a farmer walking near the graveyard heard faint cries. At first, he wanted to run, thinking it was a ghost. But the cries grew louder, and his courage made him investigate. To his shock, he saw hands scratching weakly from the shallow grave. It was Chinedu, still alive. The farmer quickly dug him out and carried him home and gave him food and water. For 2 weeks, he secretly nursed Chinedu back to health, afraid people would not believe him. But Chinedu's first thought when he gained strength was not to go home. He said to the farmer, Please, I must go to school. I have already missed too many classes. And that is why he appeared first in his classroom, before even seeing his parents. The entire community was shaken. Some said it was a miracle. Others said it was a lesson to never bury someone without proper medical confirmation. One rich man in the town was so moved that he offered Chinedu a full scholarship, promising to take care of his school fees until university. He also supported Chinedu's poor parents, giving them money and business help so they would never suffer the same way again. From that day, Chinedu's life completely changed. He returned to school with determination, not just as a student, but as a living testimony that life can give second chances. And that was the story of Chinedu, the student who returned after his burial. A story of hope, courage, and second chances. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends and family, and leave a comment below about what you learned. See you in the next story.